Here's what I'll say about Violent Night. It gives Terrifier 2 a run for its money in the gore department, and that is something you can take to the bank. Hi everyone, my name is Matt Jarbo. Welcome back to Patio Commentary, where I just got home from watching Violent Night. This is one that's been on my radar for a while. David Harbour as Santa Claus in a Die Hard-esque situation, brutally murdering terrorists in order to save a little girl and her absolutely terrible family. Sign me up. And after I've seen the movie, let me just say, sign me up again. Here's what I'll say about Violent Night. It gives Terrifier 2 a run for its money in the gore department, and that is something you can take to the bank. I really liked this movie once it got going. I feel like, let me kind of back up on this one here, right? So the concept, as you know, David Harbour, Santa Claus, Die Hard, basically, right? Great concept, killer violence, fun story, horrible characters. And what I mean by that is the fact that it's like, there's really not a lot of redeeming qualities with the characters in this movie. Even Santa Claus himself is just kind of like, okay, we get it. You're a cynic. You know, you're definitely like apathetic to Christmas. And of course, by the end of the movie, he kind of turns it around in the very best David Harbour sort of way. But leading up to the end of the movie, it's kind of like, you know, he needs to be nudged and moved towards the acts of violence that he enacts upon other people. And I'm not kidding when I say that. This movie is gory as hell, fun as hell, with one of the best kills I've ever seen in a movie, ever. You'll never, ever look at chimneys the same way ever again. This movie is fun. It's not perfect. It has a lot of problems in the dialogue department, the characterizations department, and even some of the pacing of the movie is definitely one that could be kind of tightened up a little bit. The movie is an hour and 52 minutes long, and it does feel like it kind of drags on a little bit in the middle because the plot is very, 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 very simple. Outside of the Santa Claus angle, what is the angle with the terrorists? Well, John Leguizamo leads this merry band of thieves on Christmas Eve in order to steal a whole bunch of money. And their whole point is to get into a vault, very similar to Die Hard. It's very similar to Die Hard. But that's really their only angle. And because it's not in a plaza building with, 30 stories, it's just a house with like, an attic, a second floor, a main floor, and a basement. There's only so many places they can actually go with it in regards to just different locations. And so they need to fill those slower times with story. And to be fair, the backstory of Santa Claus is really, really, really interesting. And it's something that I want to know more about. And if we do get a sequel to this movie, which I think we might, because it was estimated to pull in only 8.8 million this opening weekend, but it's looking now to pull in well over 10 million. And I do think that word of mouth is going to do quite well for this movie leading up to Avatar: The Way of Water, which is just going to decimate everything, obviously. But the backstory for Santa is something that we normally like. It's definitely not the Santa Claus, if you know what I mean. It is entirely different, but it is one that we get glimpses of. And it explains why he is the way that he is. But oh my God, when he goes full ham, it is one of the best scenes that you're going to see in all of movies in all of 2022. My audience was laughing. They were clapping. They were cheering. And it didn't have that many people in the audience. There's maybe about 15 or 20 overall, including myself. And everybody was laughing and everybody was having a great time watching this movie. Even the lady that decided to bring her 5-year-old kid to watch it. I don't know why. It's called Violent Night for a reason. But hey, credit to the kid for making it all the way through. Let's hope therapy doesn't cost too much down the road. I really enjoyed the little girl in the movie. I thought she did a great job. Her and David Harbour had good chemistry. She was a lot of fun. I thought that they were going to really just kind of mess up having a kid. They gave her some stuff to do. And what they gave her to do answers a 30-year-old question at this point, which I thought was pretty great. And there's even a couple references to Die Hard in the movie, a couple of jokes about that, if you will. So they know that this is very tongue-in-cheek. They know what they're trying to do with it. And they really are just having as much fun as they possibly can. John Leguizamo gives a decent performance. It's not his best performance. He's got some one-liners that somewhat land and some other one-liners that don't really land at all. For me, Beverly D'Angelo being the matriarch of the family, that was a lot of fun because she just has this like deep, gravelly smoker's voice, which is so weird because I was just watching Christmas Vacation the other day and her voice is just like 8 octaves higher, but now she's got this voice that can like crush men's testicles if she just like snarls at them, which worked out really well for her character. And I actually... I really enjoyed her by the end. The family, the characters are terrible. What I mean by that is this, like, the characterizations are bad. You literally want all of them to die. If they killed off everyone there, you'd be like, okay, yeah, leave the little girl alive, maybe her parents. Other than that, just ice everybody. And to me, that also played into a really great scene and a really great line of dialogue that I don't want to spoil, because I get accused of spoiling too much in these reviews. I don't know if I could honestly tell you to go see this in theaters, but I definitely think you should watch this with a crowd. So whether or not you're just going to turn this into a Christmas tradition, because there are movies like this that can easily flow into that yearly Christmas tradition. Obviously, Die Hard is the big one. Fat Man is another one that I think really works well for the holiday season, when I'm actually going to rewatch for the month of December because I'm doing a 31-day challenge. And then now Violent Night. I just feel like those movies you could sit down with your family and watch them and have yourself a grand old time. Sure, dark, R-rated, violent action movies, why not? You know what? Nothing says the holidays more than bloodshed. Why do you think Santa wears a red suit? To cover up the blood. I don't know. At the end of the day, I do recommend this movie. If you have time to see it in theaters, definitely go support it. Little movies like this, I think, do need the support. I'm glad that I watched it. Not too happy that when I went into the theater, it was raining. When I walked out of the theater, there were 3 inches of snow on the ground. And that was a very harrowing drive home. But it just felt kind of like in line with the beauty of what I had been watching. So yes, I look forward to watching Violent Night again. I do hope that we get an unrated director's cut. This movie is very violent, very gory, very graphic, and I want more. Please give me more David Harbour in the role. He did a great job. Yeah, I really liked it. Again, go check it out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and recommend a movie you want me to watch this month as well. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great night. Happy holidays and peace out.